Hello and welcome to the channel. The ruling All Progressives Congress APC has slammed the opposition People's Democratic Party PDP yet again. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. PDP campaign flag off in Uyo, shameful, disastrous. APC. The Presidential Campaign Council (PCC) of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) has reacted to Monday's presidential campaign flag-off of the opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP), describing it as a disaster foretold. Minister of State, Labor and Employment Mr. Festus Keyamo San, in a late Monday statement, noted that the launch of PDP's presidential campaign in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, was as expected, a disaster waiting to happen. Once again, the delinquent PDP continue to treat the now discerning Nigerian public with disdain and disrespect, he stated. Keyamo is also the Director of Public Affairs and Chief Spokesperson of the Tinubu and Shettima APC Presidential Campaign Council, added that aside the obscenity of a poorly scripted farce misnamed a flag-off, Nigerians suffered additional trauma of having to witness a show of shame, listening to a litany of falsehoods spewed out at the gathering by failed, expired, and rejected politicians. Speaker after speaker kept echoing a farrago of incomprehensible political jargons that left most Nigerians wondering whether it was a circus. For example, if not the loss of the sense of shame, what else could have goaded PDP's now discredited sit-tight National Chairman Iyorchia Ayu to be audacious enough to stand on a podium today in Uyo and make any promise to Nigerians? Has he been able to fulfill the promise he made to himself and his party members to step down from office should the Northerner emerge as the presidential candidate at their party primaries? How can a party that cannot unite itself promise to unite Nigeria? How can a party that brazenly violates its own constitution on zoning be trusted to obey the Constitution of Nigeria if again trusted with power? Keyamo queried. He said a flag-off campaign that was shunned by the national vice chairman of the South-South, Southwest, and 5 sitting governors out of 13 is a definitive and resounding red flag that Nigerians should not vote the presidential candidate of the PDP in this coming election. According to him, if the people's representatives at the state levels are so unanimously against their party's candidate that they would shun his campaign launch, then indeed we would say to Nigerians, a word is enough for the wise. Fortunately, to the benefit of Nigerians, there remains a few good men within PDP. These honorable men belonging to the party's NWC deemed it right to return hundreds of millions of naira allegedly transferred into their individual bank accounts as hush money to suppress the investigation of the scandal of humongous financial misappropriation leveled against their national chairman. It is quite obvious to Nigerians that the PDP is a house that is divided against itself, and it sure won't stand. At their presidential campaign flag-off in Uyo today, the absence of many of the PDP state governors tells a story to Nigerians that no amount of political jamboree can whitewash PDP's cracked walls. It tells a story of a budding autocratic leadership nourished by impunity, which now fans the flame of divisions and absolute disrespect for laid-down rules and regulation. Not much should therefore be expected from such a gathering, with the obvious inability of its presidential candidate to assuage frayed nerves of disaffected persons within their ranks. How will it be possible for such a person to unite people within such a diverse landscape as Nigeria? You definitely cannot give what you don't have, he added. The APC-PCC noted that after being voted out of power in 2015 ignominiously, Nigerians had hoped that the PDP would by now be contrite as a party. He said many had expected it would be able to muster the organizational acumen to play a formidable opposition party, having been at the helm of running the affairs of the nation for 16 years prior to its disgraceful fall in 2015. According to him, such expectations now seem far-fetched, adding that rather than seize every opportunity to redeem its battered image, PDP has continued on its free fall, much the same way it bungled the running of the affairs of the country for 16 good years in an orgy of incompetence, unabated corruption, and impunity. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and turn the notification bell on. Thank you. The PDP and its self-conceited leadership failed woefully to put its house in order before hitting the streets to ask for the votes of Nigerians and ironically telling Nigerians they are on a rescue mission. Till date, their national secretariat remains uncompleted, whilst the APC, in its relatively shorter existence, now has a permanent headquarters. Our democracy is young. This Fourth Republic is barely 24 years old, but then a 24 years old man would be said to be coming of age. At this time, Nigerians are no longer interested in a trial and error leadership. Those who have not been proven to be good enough leaders should have no access to our highest office. If nothing else, speaks to the disaster and Abubakar Atiku If nothing else speaks to the disaster and Abubakar Atiku presidency will be. This crisis within the PDP does so eloquently. It is high time Nigerians called out the PDP for their spurious promises and the obnoxious behavior of their helmsmen. It is highly unfortunate that some of the most honorable of their leaders have been sacrificed on the altar of the greed of a few persons and their inordinate ambition, he stated. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) has flagged off its presidential campaign in Uyo, with 5 state governors of the party missing from the event. The party's official flag-off, which is coming barely 4 months before the February 25th presidential election, is taking place at the Nest of Champions Stadium in Uyo. The 5 state governors included Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, Samuel Otom of Benue State, Okezie Ekpeazu of Abia State, Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, and Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu State. Recall that the 5 state governors recently pulled out of the party's presidential campaign team after the party failed to meet their demand for the removal of the national chairman, Iyorchia Ayu. Present at the campaign launch included PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, his running mate Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, and PDP national chairman Dr. Iyorchia Ayu, leading PDP heavyweights and faithfuls including the NWC members. It was gathered that they paid homage to the traditional institution in Akwa Ibom State, headed by His Eminence Teyi Solomon Etuk, the paramount ruler of Nsit Ubiom and chairman of the State Council of Chiefs. Other dignitaries present were ex-Vice President Namadi Sambo, former Senate Presidents Messrs. David Mark, Bukola Saraki, and Anyim Pius Anyim, and former PDP chairman Chief Okwesi Lizie Nwondo, Al-Haji Adamu Muazu, and Prince Uche Secondus. That's the news, guys. Stay safe. Bye.